Hi, welcome to my channel. I am doing the VR to Simon at the Hermit's Cave and his tag, All About Tarot 2022. I'm really late doing this tag, but I wanted to do it before the year ended, so, here's my video. So the first question is the first deck and how you encountered it. My very first deck, which I showed not that long ago in my very first video, is this one. It is the Rider Tarot deck. And this was back in dinosaur times where you couldn't get a deck online. You had to actually go to a bookstore and purchase a deck. And that's where I found this. I found this at Walden's Books. Walden's Books. And purchased this because I was looking for, I was really looking for a way to find out what was going on with me. Why I was seeing spirits, why I was knowing things about people that I was knowing. I talked in my first video how I didn't connect to this deck at all, which led me to the Angel Oracle cards, because this was just not, it wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right time for me. But I decided to give this a try after a couple profound readings, and I picked this up, it was a few years after those readings, a couple years maybe, and tried working with this. And it was, like I said, to discover why I was seeing and knowing the things that I was doing. And that was really the reason for it. The next question, the last deck and how your tastes have changed. My tastes have changed quite a bit. I still use the Rider-Waite system, which that's another answer to another question. But anyway, so my last deck purchase was the Relative Tarot by Carrie Paris. Yeah. So I got this one though because I wanted this deck specifically to do ancestor work. I mean, I had another deck I was using, but I wanted this one specifically for it. So I think my tastes have changed quite a bit. I mean, I think even though this is Rider-Waite based, I think it strays quite a bit from, what a traditional Rider-Waite would be. And I like that. I like pushing myself, seeing, I've said before, I read intuitively, so I like seeing what else I can see in these cards. And you can tell that they're all still in order because I've only had it, less than a week. So this was my last card, or last deck. I kind of forgot to mention at the start of this video, you'll probably hear cars going by because it's a beautiful fall day and I have the windows open to let some fresh air in the house. So I apologize for that. And if it's too loud during editing, then I'll have to reshoot this on another day. But anyway, so question 3, why tarot? Why not? I love the tarot. I love Oracle. I love any of the divination systems. I like tapping into my spirit guides, even without tarot. But I use tarot for a lot of things, which I'll get to that at the other question. I'm just kind of jumping all over the place. But yeah, it's taught me a lot, and it helps me understand things better for me. It helps me understand things better for me. So yeah, that's why tarot. So the next question is tarot pet peeves. I don't have too many pet peeves as far as actual decks go. I don't get upset about certain images and things like that. I would prefer some of the tarot decks not to be as big as Oracle cards. Even I don't want Oracle cards to be that big. And I'm not really fond of that matte cardstock where the cards all stick together and it makes it almost impossible to shuffle. But neither one of those are deal breakers for me. I'll find a way to work with the deck some way. My tarot pet peeve is judgments in the community. My practice and how I practice does not affect your practice and how you practice, or their practice and how they practice. And I think we need to all remember that, is that none of that affects us in any way. Your practice is your practice. And the reason I say that this is my pet peeve is because I had a personal experience with this. You know, I talk about starting before the internet. So when I finally was able to get into chat rooms or the message boards, remember where they had the categories that you could, you know, pick, click on it and then it would take you into those messages specifically for that category. When I was able to access that, and I was probably only, I don't know, 3 years maybe into my practice where I was trying to do everything myself. I was so excited to finally be connected with like-minded people that would understand what I was seeing, what I was going through, what I was experiencing, what I needed to know. And I was shunned. There was, my practice was judged, and it was a lot. And it was very disheartening when I was so looking forward to that connection. So I left the message boards. I didn't worry about finding anyone else on the internet or anything like that. And I didn't for the longest time. I just kept my practice quiet and to myself and didn't share it with anybody. And then, boy, this is a little bit of a tangent, I guess. But then 11 years ago, wait, how long has it been? 12 years ago when I decided to start reading for clients. Everybody was quick to judge my practice then. And so I have a lot of personal experience with that. And I have zero tolerance for it. I just don't. I don't. Maybe it's my age. I don't know. I just have no tolerance. And I will leave message boards, unfollow, or whatever when I see that kind of judgments occurring. I'm lucky that I'm in just a small handful of groups on social media. I would say maybe 3. And that I don't see that. And I see a lot of support going on and a lot of lifting the other person up. And I really appreciate seeing that, because when I desperately needed that in the beginning, I couldn't, it was not available to me. And I think that's what newcomers, or even those that have been practicing for a while or maybe been practicing quietly and now are coming out of the closet, so to speak. I think they need that support, and they need that hoorah and that kind of thing to, tell them that you figure out what works for you. And it's what the truth is. You take advice that works for you, that is going to work in your practice, and you leave the rest behind. It is your practice to create. It is your practice to nurture. It is your practice to live. So it doesn't matter how others practice. It doesn't matter that they have pretty journals. It doesn't matter. It's your practice. So you do you, boo, and I'll do me, and we'll be as happy as can be. and that's just the way I see it, and that's what I think. If everybody kind of adopted that and didn't worry about trying to create their practice exactly like someone else's, and just started to learn and and cultivate what worked for them, there wouldn't be maybe those judgment things. So that's that story. Okay, the next question is, what is your favorite spread? And a lot of times when I read for myself, I don't have a spread. I just kind of ask a question and I just start flipping cards and see, you know, what unfolds in front of me. But if I had to actually pick some spreads, I would pick the 3-card spread that I did a video on last month. Yes. And that is where I pick my energy for the week. This represents my energy for the week, the day, the situation, whatever. It's the energy of it. It's how to work with this energy. And then what to take away from the energy, whether this is a lesson that you're going to learn from this, or if you work with it like this, you know, what you'll take away from it. So yeah, I guess the lesson, or you could make it a challenge if you wanted to, but this is my favorite one. And I think it could be adapted to a lot of things. What the energy of the situation is, how you can work with that energy, and then what you're going to take away from it. That is my favorite. The other favorite that I just added to my little notebook of favorite spreads is the 9-card spread. That was that VR tag going around, and that is your past, present, future. And I don't usually do past, present, future spreads. And then your earth and your air, fire, water, and then what's helping the situation and what's not helping the situation, and then the bottom card for additional guidance. Well, it's kind of on camera. Let's stick this over here. There. But yes, after I did this for that VR, that 9-card spread, I went ahead and adapted it to a couple situations that I had going on in my life. And I really enjoyed it. It was very insightful. So it went into my, like I said, my favorite spread book very quickly. And I've used it a couple times since then. So if I was going to want multiple cards down, then I would use this as my go-to. But mostly I just do the 3-card, or I ask a question and I just let the cards speak to me in however they're going to come out. Okay, so question 7, preferred tarot system, Rider-Waite-Smith. It's my favorite. I own all the decks in the Rider-Waite-Smith. I have one that is, I think, Thoth, how do you say it, based. And I bought it not knowing that it was actually a Thoth-based deck. So I haven't used it. I own no Marseille or anything like that. It's Rider-Waite-Smith all the way. I'm never going to own any of the other ones and change that. So that's what that is. The next one, tarot rituals. So if we're talking about, well, okay. So I guess it's like this. When I get a new deck in, I try to cleanse it. I try to remember to cleanse it. I'll put it that way. Sometimes I get multiple in at a time where I'm not working with them all at once, and I will stick them. I try to stick them to the front where I know that 1, they haven't been worked with, and 2, that they need cleansed. I try to cleanse it with smoke. I don't really use crystals on my cards. Yeah, no. Or I will knock on the deck 3 times, envision white light wrapping around it, hold it to my heart, and envision my energy going into the cards. I'll say that's a ritual. If I can't cleanse it with smoke, even when I do cleanse it with smoke, I still hold it to my heart and infuse my energy into it. Oh, sorry about that. There was someone out there talking. So reading rituals, I do. I spend time doing just like a quick 2-3 minute meditation. If you want to call it a meditation, it's where I'm slipping into connect to above. And I walk through my chakras. I have done this for 20 some years. Once I learned what I was doing, and I walk through my chakras before I do any reading and before I connect to any of my guides. I have a couple different visualizations that I do. And I start at the root and I go all the way to the top to open up the door. And then I call my guides in. That is a definite ritual I do before every reading. Sometimes I may speed through that process if it's a reading for myself, but I take more time when I'm doing that before I see a client. Okay, question 8. How you use tarot, introspection or divination? I use tarot for everything. I use it for introspection. I use it for divination. I use it in magic. I use it to connect with ancestors. I use it to talk to my guide. I use it for mediumship, even though I don't need it for that. I still use it for that sometimes if I'm wanting to discuss things with my ancestors myself. I will use it that way. I use it a lot of different ways. Yeah. I use tarot for everything. I don't use tarot for everything. It's like, I don't know what outfit should I wear. Let's pick a tarot card. But I use it for a lot of different reasons. Okay, so the next one is your significator and how it represents you. And if we go by the astrological symbol, then I am a star. I'm an Aquarius and I'm a star. But this fits me. I think this fits me really well. I have a lot of hope and I have a lot of faith. I really do. Yes, you get shook and shaken sometimes, but I do. I have a lot of faith. I have a really strong connection to my divine team. I really do. I believe in them wholeheartedly. So I think this card represents that really well. And so yes, if we go by the astrological symbolism, then I am definitely the star. However, I've been told I'm the Queen of Swords because I can be direct. I can be very direct. I can be too direct sometimes, and I forget. I don't mean to come across that way or to come across like cold or anything of that nature, but I can. Sometimes I disconnect a lot. And I think that's a Queen of Swords quality where they just kind of disconnect a little bit from people. I had a very hard beginning to my life. And so I connect to her that way. So, which I think led me to this. And so I'm a wrap up of both of these things. What I'd like to be is her. I like to be more Queen of Pentacles and nurturing and a little bit softer, and I guess I need a little bit of all the queens, but I carry more of the swords. So yeah, that's what I would say my significator cards are. Question. Question 10. Your most expensive deck. Okay, here it is again. It's the Dream Visions Tarot. I think I've showed this, I don't know, on the majority of my videos. I'm sure if you've watched any more than one video of mine, you would have come across this at some point and you're like, oh my God, there she is showing that again. But it's the absolute truth. It is the most expensive deck. And that means it was over the $70 mark for me. And I kind of swore that I wouldn't spend that on a deck again. But that was my birthday gift to myself when I turned 52. So yeah, that's how I justified it. But yeah, this is it. You've seen it here 100 times, but this is my most expensive. So the next question is, what is your unicorn deck? I don't usually look at decks that are out of print and that kind of thing. So I don't go searching for them online or auction sites or anywhere like that. I've never even really bought a used deck. Yeah, I haven't. So I would say that my unicorn deck, and it's only because of the price, is the Shimmering Veil Tarot. I really want that. I really do. Ooh, and it's a toss-up between that and the Carte Postale. But I think the Shimmering Veil. I would really like to have that deck. But yeah, by the time it ships over to me and everything, it's just gonna be, it'll be too much. So I'll do without, but that would be my unicorn. So question number 12, which I'm going to make my last question. I know there's a question of tarot, who you would invite for your tarot dinner guests, and I really don't know. So I'm going to kind of skip that one. So this is my last one. Number 12 is, what is the most important lesson tarot has taught you? It really taught me to believe in myself. That's number one. It helped strengthen my faith in what I will call the divine. It removed doubts about my intuition. I trust my gut. I believe in messages that I receive and gut feelings that I have. I just, it helped me to, really believe in that. It helped me to connect to this whole other outer world, I guess. I don't know how to put that into words, but it did. It really gave me a good foundation for my intuition, and I can't say anything else, but it really helped me to believe in who I am and what I see and what I know. And when I found the community, then I realized I wasn't the weird one out there, because there was other people that were just like me, and it brought me to that, and it makes me feel connected to something greater, or helps me feel connected to something greater. And yeah, I think that's it. So if you stuck with me, thank you for being here, and don't forget to likes help my channel, helps get things seen on my channel, and I'm still trying to grow things here, and I really appreciate you if you stop by and check this video out. And all my information about me can be found in my About tab. So until next time, bye.